What's up, guys? Welcome back to another part in the FNF full modding course series. Let's get into it. So we're gonna want to launch up Psych Engine. Now let's start with adding weeks. So let's go into the week editor. So this editor is pretty simple. I mean, you can kind of understand it from the moment you get into it, but let's go over it in depth. So songs, Poppy Bow, Fresh, and Dad Battle. So here you can put in your songs. Let's say song 1, song 2, and song 3. By the way, for songs, you just have to go into mods, songs, and then add your song name. So song, and then if there's a space in your song's name, you have to do a hyphen. You need to do a dash. And then you put in your inst and vocal files, which we'll get into more in depth later. Then you also need a data folder, but again, we're not getting into actually how to make songs and make charts and stuff like that today, so we'll just leave it like that. I just wanted to clear up everything for anyone who's wondering how to actually set up songs. So the display name, that goes in the top right corner. So let's say test week. The week name for the reset score menu. So if I remember correctly, in the options menu, there's some kind of like a reset score option. So this is how it's going to show up there. So let's say test week. And the week file, this is where what it's going to be called when you save it, I do believe. You can also hide week from story mode in case you want this to be for free play songs. So you'd want to have a separate week for any extra free play songs you want to add. You just do hide week from story mode, and then you can do all of your free play songs. Now for the characters, these are actually quite complicated. So we're not going to get into it right now. We're gonna briefly run over it later, but it's not like you can't just enter your character's name or anything like that. I would honestly just recommend making Dad blank and then just keeping it like this. The background asset is the image that appears back here. We go into our file browser, images, menu backgrounds, and then you just insert an image here and you'd enter the image's name there. So if we take our character's PNG file, which we made in the last episode, and we add menu underscore before it, and there we go. It doesn't work with this obviously since it's a sprite sheet, but I just wanted to show you guys that working in action. I'd recommend you just keep it as the stage. I don't think it's too necessary to make a new one, but if you want to make your mod a bit cooler, you can do that. You can do week starts locked, which means it will have a lock on it until you beat the week before it, or whichever week you specify. So like here, this is the week file name, so whatever you entered here. So let's say you have week 1 here, and then you were to make another week called week 2, and you wanted week 2 to be hidden or locked, then you'd enter week 1. And you can also do hidden until unlocked, which just means you can't see the week actually exists until you unlock it. We don't want it to be locked at all though, so we're going to do that. The difficulties. Now, I'd recommend you just leave this blank. If you do not plan on having multiple difficulties for your mod, you can enter normal mode, and then that will lock it to the 1 difficulty normal mode. But if you want to have all difficulties for your mod, which you're going to want to, probably, it really depends on the situation. A lot of people don't do it, but I like to do it. So I'm just going to leave it empty. Alright, I do believe we've done everything in the story mode editor. Let's go into free play. So you can use your arrow keys to scroll past these, and you can modify them. So the selected icon, let's make it all our characters icon. So this is the same thing as in the character editor video we did. It's just taking from the icons folder, and we can change the background color. So if we want to have something more like this, we can have this. We can also copy the color, paste, and there we go. If you don't want the week to be in free play, you can go ahead and hide the week from free play. But there's no real reason to do this. So now we can just save your week. No, first we're gonna go into story mode. Week file, we're gonna call it awesome week, and then it'll also say missing file, images, story menu, awesomeweek.png. Let's make that file. I'd recommend you go into the average psych engine folder, go into assets, images, menu difficulties, and just select normal. No. And menu story mode, and just select something like week 7. And you can just put in your own custom week name here. I'm going to use a font that I don't remember where I got this. I'm pretty sure you can just search up Finite Funkin font. And let's say awesome week. We can size that how we want it to be. We can also obviously just do whatever we want with the image. We can make some scribbles of any color. It doesn't have to be white. And there we go. Let's go ahead and save as. Mods, images, story menu, and it needs to be the same as our week file name. So let's do awesome week. So now let's go back into here. Let's remove the K, add back the K, and there we go. Now let's save week. It should automatically go to our week name. If not, you can change that. Go into mods, weeks, and save it. Now, if we go into story mode, we have awesome week. And since I didn't lock the difficulty, I can choose it on any difficulty. Obviously, these songs will crash because they don't have data files or song files. So let's go ahead and go into the menu character editor. So again, I don't think this is very necessary, but what we would want to do is go into menu characters. Let's go ahead and grab our character. And also grab the XML since they're going to be animated. And we can do image file name, menu underscore Neo. So let's change it to menu underscore Neo. And same with the XML. And the idle animation on the XML. So we remember from our first episode, that would be one Neo idle. So I'm just going into the XML and looking for this. So our idle animation is one Neo idle, not including the numbers. And then let's say we want to do 4 Neo up, or when you press start. You would probably make a custom animation for this or whatever, but doesn't really matter. So here we go. We got our character. There doesn't seem... Okay, yeah. Change offset. We can hold shift like we do in the character editor. And you can press space. Oh, okay. So, to be clear, this will only work if it's a boyfriend character. There you go. Yeah, I kind of forgot to mention that. Yeah, let's make an opponent character. And let's save the character. Let's go to mods, images, menu characters, and we want to save it as neo.json. So in the same place that you have everything else. So now, if we go back into our week editor, we load a week, mods, weeks, awesome week. We do the character of Neo. Boom. It will pop up right there. Obviously, you're going to want custom sprites, which are just like black outlines with yellow. But that works for us. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This part and the next part might seem a little weird. That's because they were originally supposed to be the same part, but it ended up being like 30 minutes long, so I didn't really want to put that in one video, so I cut them up into 2 parts. This part being the weeks and songs, and the next part being dialogues and cutscenes. I hope you guys understand, and I hope it does not hinder the experience too much. Anyway, bye guys!